Our community is stepping it up. Seriously, wait until you see what we have for you this week. This is STEEPCAST episode 16.
My snowboard's been waxed and the chocolate is hot. STEEPCAST reporting with you live from the top of Mount Blanc. Snow mist me, making you miss me. Cause I'm hucking a dub 12, I throw it into a misty. I'm a hunter, knuckle huck a motherfucker.
Our Knuckle Huck video dates have been announced. The qualifiers will be on April 25th and the finals on May 2nd, both at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. Both of those will be premieres on YouTube, which means you can tune in live to watch it with us and join us in the chat. The trailer has been playing in the background, and we'll see all of you guys on Saturday, April 25th.
The latest and greatest winner of Check My Steez was Sir Cholex. You can watch this fresh run playing in the background, and we'll have the link to the full video down below. The location for the next Check My Steez competition is going to be the Alps on Mont Blanc, so get those runs ready to go. As always, you can check out more details of Check My Steez over on their Discord page.
Uh-oh, Nick. Guess what time it is?
Ooh, what's that? Oh, you mean me. This is my... It's time for the Reddit Roundup!
First up this week, we got And He Was Never Seen Again by J.R. Gold, and it's up on one of the railroad tracks, and he just disappears into the abyss. There's just a whole black void of nothing up there. I wonder if Steep's hiding any secrets in there.
This next one is such a feel-good clip. This comes from Arthur Morgan Part 2. This is a clear line made by their 8-year-old sister, and this is the first time that she has played the video game. Well, welcome to the world of Steep. You might have a lot to learn, but this is a great start.
We've got a brand new edit coming from Flare called No Need for Wings. This is filmed in the Alaskan backcountry in one of my favorite places, near the log facility, and it has some great tricks, awesome music, and some slick camera edits as well. Check out the whole thing down below.
You know what it is. This next one comes from Kerr Wingsuit. Now there is a ton going on in this picture. I mean, I can't even begin to explain why this is so incredible. You have that awesome blue, those northern lights or lightning, whatever that is, and then the wonderful silhouette of the rider on the black night sky. Kerr felt like Reddit needed to see this, and we decided to take it one step further and make sure that the STEEPcast saw this as well. Thanks, Kerr.
Finally, we got a trick from Billy Songmaster where he said it took a while to get, and I just love this flip hand drag right next to the rock and then sticks to the landing, so he really pulled it off.
As always, thank you to everyone who allowed us to use their clips for this week's Reddit Roundup. Let's head on over to this main topic, huh? So, Mitch, let me set the scene here. Do you remember watching early YouTube and just early clip shows on TV of those 80s and 90s skiers and snowboarders making those like almost outlaw videos to rap music and stuff like that?
Those are some of my first memories of skiing and snowboarding and watching a lot of those videos with my cousin growing up.
Yeah, to me at least, it feels like these videos made skiing and snowboarding. It gave it the identity that it has today of the cool guys on the mountain. You walk with a swagger when you're a snowboarder. And I think those videos have a lot to play into how we perceive the sports now.
They definitely go hand in hand. This is something that pretty sure was an extension from the skateboarding community where you'd have those fisheye lenses following a lot of the tricks. And it was kind of a creative expression for a lot of skateboarders, so that naturally transferred over to skiing and snowboarding.
Well, and then the internet comes along and video games come along, and then people start putting video game videos on the internet, and those video games have to do with things that we used to do organically out in nature, like skiing and snowboard. Do you see where I'm going with this?
I do indeed. Just dropped today an amazing ski snowboard video from Stefan Just Steep It, but it was really made by the entire Steep community, so you can check it out. It's called Red Rum, a Steep community movie. The link is of course down below. We've got a little bit to show right here as well, so check it out.
See, at times I'll recline way back, puff stacks with relations to read my conversations about the devils we be lacing in the revolution. Being norms how I'm trooping. Mine's been in battle since birth. That's why I'm puffing L's and juicing like a man in arms drooping. Planning my attack on the sounds of water twins be looping. Inspiration from my soldiers at night. Mad brothers holding corners selling right.
I'll even give you a description from the creator himself. He said he's been working on this movie for the last 3 to 4 weeks with 15 different players submitting 400 different clips combined. And he had to go through all of those to make it down into a 17-minute mini movie that replicates those classics that we talked about back in the 90s, 2000s. So this would have been a huge undertaking to edit together, get the right clips from everyone, and they just did it masterfully.
400 clips. Could you imagine editing 400 clips? I mean, how many did we get for the Knuckle Huck competition?
We had 26 times 3, mental math, 78 clips, I believe, would have gone into it. And that took long enough to download, sift through, and kind of put in order. So this is just crazy.
Yeah, we can't even come close to this. I mean, this is just a masterpiece, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, that this community is seriously stepping it up. I know that everyone is home right now doing nothing, but it is kind of nice to see that the Steep community is picking Steep to do their creative projects in and not another video game. This is wonderful. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, this is the stuff that gets people into the game this many years after release. I mean, we're 3 years post-release now, but you still see some edits coming out of Skate 3, and that's what I think will happen with Steep as well. It's going to live on for many, many years because they will continue to make these awesome edits as a community.
So thank you to Stefan and the team again for this wonderful piece of Steep community content. So, I mean, we're sitting at home doing a whole lot of nothing. What skiing and snowboarding movies have you been rewatching? There are a few on my list that make me think of this video, this Red Rum video.
The first thing that came to mind was one of the first movies I remember watching ever as a kid was called Extreme Ops, I believe. And it was this weird hybrid action drama movie where these skiers and snowboarders were going to the top of a mountain to film an action skiing video, but at the same time they kind of intertwine with a terrorist plot that wants to explode the top of the mountain or something like that. So it's this weird hybrid where they have some cool snowboard edits at first. I remember one where they jump off of a train and are just grinding the train rails and then going on and off the snow and kind of ramping over. And then it ends with them, of course, having to ski and snowboard for their lives down the mountain as they're chased in helicopters.
Yeah, that is the movie that I was thinking of as well. I mean, it is so unrealistic. It is now just a comedy to watch this movie. I mean, they get chased by like 4 avalanches during that movie. I might be exaggerating, but it's hilarious to think that when we were watching that as kids, we were like, oh my God, that is what skiing is all about. Being chased by an avalanche down a massive mountain. I mean, come on.
Or jumping off of a moving train and using a ski rope to pull yourself behind it.
This is our legal disclaimer stating that STEEPCAST does not endorse avalanche chasing. These are trained professionals on a closed course. Do not attempt this, etc., etc. Now, of course, Extreme Ops is not the only ski snowboard movie out there. So if you have a favorite ski snowboard movie that you would like everyone to check out while we're all at home trying to find something to do, put it down below in the comments. I'm going to say it one more time before we move out of the main topic. Please go check out Just Steep It's new video, Red Rum. It released 1 hour before the STEEPcast today. And now, let's head on over to the weekly challenge.
I'm so sorry to that random guy. I forgot to use one of his weekly challenge submissions back for Rock the Mountain. So if you check out this picture, he is doing an awesome trick where he is facing one of the rocks in the air. So just a great shot, and I'm sorry again, I forgot to use it.
What are we doing? We're falling apart at the seams here. Well, we do have a prom pick for you. This one comes from Lucas. It is a gorgeous shot at high noon on his back porch. Look how nice that is. Next week's submissions will be for the prom pic after party. Take a picture of what you look like after your prom has ended on the mountain.
And for the following week, submit your pics and or video for the theme 90s, since we were talking about those classic 90s movie and film edits.
Thanks to everyone who continues to submit their pictures week by week. Remember, you can submit these on Reddit, on Twitter, or on Discord using hashtag STEEPCAST or tagging us on Twitter at Nick or Mitch. Cruising right along here, I think it's time we jump into some questions and wait, hold on. What is this right above questions and answers? Is this a new segment? Do we have a new segment in week 16? Mitch?
This was recommended to us by our friends in the Discord. So yes, we are very active and we talk there and we listen to you guys. They were craving a meme minute to feature all of the memes being made around Steep right now. So for the next 60 seconds, you'll see some of our favorite memes from the week.
That was a meme minute. Now let's move on to some questions and answers.
Our one question this week came from Steep Clips Germany, and he asked, what is our favorite feature? Like a knuckle huck, a jump, rail, or something else that's in the game.
Yeah, I'm going to refrain from talking about cherry blossoms again. Give me a second to think of something else. So thinking back to Arthur Morgan Part 2's run from the Reddit roundup with the 8-year-old sister, it made me think we keep looking for the biggest and best thing to do in the game, but a lot of times we forget about the very basic things that made us all fall in love with the game, like the hot air balloons. Do you remember those first couple weeks of Steep where you would spawn up in a hot air balloon and you would base jump and just plummet down to your death to see how much G-force you could hit the ground with? I mean, those are the kind of childish things that everyone needs in these games, and it goes so unnoticed after you move past it and are focused on the next big thing. But I think taking a minute to go back and act silly and jump off of a parachute into the abyss is by far one of the best parts of this game.
It was one of those things that you found out you could use a mountain ticket to get up on top of the balloon, and then you just spend hours trying to land a trick by doing it. So you would just jump, keep going, and then once someone got that trick, everyone would be cheering. It was like something special in the game. You could glitch your way through the mountain, if you remember this, where you had to hit the right spot and pull your parachute at the right time, but then you would go through the mountain. So I remember doing that as well with someone.
Yeah, my overall favorite feature of the game would be all of the stupid little things that you have done once or twice in your Steep career have given you a great laugh, a good one of those awesome belly laughs, and then you just move on and forget about it for forever. Go back this week and find one of those spots in the mountain. Find something that made you crack up in the first couple of weeks of playing this game.
My favorite feature, of course, is those random towers that you can just base jump off of. I'm just kidding, of course. Mine would have to be a toss-up. Recency bias is going to make me say the knuckle huck, because that's an amazing looking feature that people just pull off some of the craziest tricks. But overall, I'm going to go with slopestyle. That's always been my main jam to watch and to play. So when that was added into the Olympics and the X Games DLC, that's probably what I played the most, and I still think it is one of the coolest events out there.
I could even go as far as to saying the Road to the Olympics DLC in its entirety. I mean, I remember the game kind of losing steam, and then, what's this? The Olympics are here now. And all of a sudden, different physics, different layouts, different commentators, everything was new and fresh in this game. So I love that breath of fresh air, and that will always be one of the highlights of the game. I answered twice there, didn't I? Oh well, there's no rules. This is our podcast.
You can do whatever you want, but thanks again to everyone for their content that we showed off, including that epic video. Cannot state it enough. As always, make sure to submit anything you have to us using hashtag STEEPCAST in our Discord channel or just in the Reddit comments whenever we make our post. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Continue to wash your hands. My name is Mitch.
And I'm Nick. We'll see you guys on the slopes.